How are you?
Good to see you. Good. Well, it's great to be here. Ready. I miss football. Um, should I just say, ramble a little here? Look, maybe I should say, I don't know if all of you see, I'm wearing a blue square here, and today it just happened. We're kicking off a campaign to a foundation to combat anti-Semitism, but really to combat all hate going on in this country. I just saw in Nashville there's a shooting, and half a dozen people got killed, and at I believe a Christian school, and it's sad. I love this country, and I see hate building and developing in a lot of areas, and I think it's something we have to stop. And I actually talked to a lot of ad agencies and had one come up with a brilliant program of this blue square, which is a symbol of solidarity and getting us all together and push back against all kinds of hate. Focusing now on anti-Semitism, which Jewish people are a little over 2% of the population of America, but receive over 50% of the hate crimes. And we have a mass media campaign asking our brothers and sisters in America to stand together against hate and push back against it, and use this emoji that's on your phone or iPad as a symbol of building bridges and keeping this country strong and wonderful. I've lived the American dream. I went to college and graduate business school on scholarship, and been able to find my way in this country, having the privilege of owning an NFL franchise in my hometown. I pinch myself all the time and think that we got to preserve the great qualities that exist in this country so that all our children and grandchildren can also experience it. Okay?
Thank you for doing that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone have a question or?
Can I start with football?
Sure.
On the day after this season ended, the season ticket members received a letter that critical evaluations were being made going forward. What did you learn from those evaluations, and what changes have been made?
Well, I was very disappointed the way our season went, and I had the privilege of being a fan for decades, but before buying the team, and I think in the end I'm still a fan. And my objective for our team is that we make the playoffs, because once you make the playoffs, anything can happen. But if you don't, then your season ends in a way that doesn't make me very happy. And I thought last year, we've gone 3 years without it, and I thought we had been in a position to do it. And the season, we finished under 500, which is first time in a long time. And so I thought changes had to be made, and I think we've made some moves and changes that I think give me personally some hope for the upcoming season.
Robert, is Mac Jones still somebody who you have a great belief in? Towards the end of the season, or actually after the season, Bill was asked about the arc of Mac's season, and he kind of said, well, he can play in this league, which seemed a bit of a come down. What's your feeling on Mac right now?
Well, I'm a big fan of Mac. I think he came to us as a rookie. He quarterbacked in his rookie season and did a very fine job, I thought. We made the playoffs. I think we experimented with some things last year that frankly didn't work when it came to him, in my opinion. And I think we made changes that I think put him in a good position to excel. Look, in the end, Bill is in charge of my football team and makes the decisions of who should start and who should play, and he's done a pretty darn good job of it for the last, when you think about it, 24 years. I had peach fuzz when that started, but I don't know. For me, I think I see him as a very hardworking young man. He's in the stadium almost every day now in the off season. I think bringing in Bill O'Brien, I think will work to his advantage. And yeah, I'm very positive and hopeful about this upcoming year. And I personally am a big fan of Mac.
Robert, are you as confident in Bill leading your football operation as you were 5 years ago?
Look, I think Bill is exceptional at what he does, and I've given him the freedom to make the choices and do the things that need to be done. And his football intellect and knowledge is unparalleled from what I've seen. And just when you talk to him, the small things analytically that he looks at. But in the end, this is a business. You either execute and win or you don't. And, you know, that's where we're at. I think we're in a transition phase. I think we've made some moves this year that I personally am comfortable with. And I still believe in Bill.
Robert, when you talked about, experiments on offense, I assume you're talking about Matt Patricia running the offense, and now they bring in Bill O'Brien, more experienced coordinator. I mean, after the season, you said changes need to be made. How did Bill take it when you said, this experiment can't continue, I guess? We need to change course, I guess.
Well, I think we had a discussion, and it was in Bill's hands what he wanted to do. And we talked about it, and he came up with a number of different people. Actually, Bill was at the top of my list, so I was really happy. He's someone who's been here. You know, one of the things I learned when I came in early as a new owner, I saw, and it's like the way I run my other businesses, people come in and they make changes when something isn't going right. But if you're going to make a change, you want to improve things. And so when you change your coaching staffs, it means the kind of players and the system you have, it's constant upheaval. So I decided I was going to do my best to have continuity and stability. And because every year is a unique custom experience. And when you find people you can trust and build on, you try to stay with it. Yeah, a lot of things don't go right and you want to make a change. But I've tried to discipline myself not to do it, and it's worked out sort of okay. So
And Robert, what you said with the team is
she was trying to ask, Karen was trying to ask, sorry.
Yeah, it's fine.
Thank you. You talked about being happy with the changes made so far, and you were optimistic looking forward. Do you feel enough has been done currently? And one more thing, you talked about being in a transition phase. Does transition mean it's going to take a while for it, to pay dividends, getting back to the playoffs, winning a game?
Well, I hope it's next year for me. Mm-hmm. But when you say changes, one of my beliefs, and I go back to when we had the privilege of winning the Super Bowls, in the end, to be good in this league, you got to draft well. Because given the salary cap and, the value of people you draft, and as opposed to hiring them as free agents, that's where your greatest return comes from. And so we have a number of picks this year. We had done a pretty good job drafting, and especially if you look when we won the Super Bowls, we always seemed to have 12 or 15 players who were really products of the draft. And when you get them on the rookie contracts, when you're dealing with salary cap, it allows you to compete better. We had a little period where we didn't draft as well a few years ago, and we were able to get that changed, and I think we're doing much better. And I look for the addition of the draft choices to make a difference. Just spending money as 2-3 years ago, I think we spent more cash than any team, or one of the top two in the three teams in the history of spending, and it didn't get the value that we hoped it would. So I think having a solid draft is the foundation to building a team and sustaining it.
And with Gerard Mayo, why was it important for you to make sure Gerard is back with the Patriots, and what do you foresee for him, with his future with the team?
Yeah, Gerard is a individual. I think there's no ceiling on his ability to grow and how competent he is. We had the privilege of having him as a player, and I saw how intense he was and his leadership skills that he had on the field, and then saw him leave us and go into private industry and learn the X's and O's of business, and then come back and be a coach and do that with us. And good coaches get hired away, so I was happy we were able to sit with him and try to keep him here long term, and I'm going to do everything I can to try to make that happen.
Robert, you guys have posted a losing record two of the last 3 seasons. If that happens again, could Bill?
Wait, excuse me. We're 8-9 last year. Yeah. When was the?
The Cam Newton year.
Pardon? Oh, the Cam. Yeah.
If that happens,
2 out of the last 3 seasons.
If
Yeah.
that happens again, could Bill's job be in jeopardy, or is he here to break Don Shula's all-time wins record and beyond?
Look, I'd like him to break Don Shula's record, but I'm not looking for any of our players to get great stats. That isn't. We're about winning and doing whatever we can to win, and that's what our focus is now. And it's very important to me that we make the playoffs, and that's what I hope happens next year.
What do you envision for Gerard Mayo going forward? You said you wanted to be here long term.
I hope he's here
made
with
no
us.
secret of his aspirations to one day be a head coach. Would those ever have the opportunity to?
There's no ceiling on his ability to be a head coach, and he'll be a head coach, and I'm sure of that, and I hope, he's with us, so we'll see what happens.
Is he getting a title bump,
Final
like assistant head coach or anything like that?
Take 2 final questions.
Sorry, is he getting like a title bump or something?
I don't know, ask Bill.
Gotcha.
Final question.
Were you surprised at all that Matt Patricia was named the offensive coordinator last year? Because it seemed strange to those of us on the outside.
In life it's important to try to know what you don't know and then get the best people. I'm in no position to know whether going in that's the right thing. He's a very good guy, very smart, an engineer, works hard. And I think he got put in a difficult position. And I think it was sort of an experiment. And he worked very hard at it. And in retrospect, I don't think it was the right thing. And I feel bad for him because he's such a hard worker. He got put in a difficult position.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks so much.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Robert.